Welcome inside Eastern Washington University's Student Recreation Center, where the ice rink sits in front of a basketball court in a fully outfitted gym, and it's the site of the PAC8 Conference 2024-2025 playoffs, and this is the second game of the semifinal round. The winner goes on to the final to face off against the California Golden Bears, who just won in really intense, dramatic, exciting fashion in overtime against the USC Trojans. Looks like we're getting ready for the national anthem. So we'll send it to ice level for the anthem and get you set for puck drop. Getting set for the opening faceoff of the second game of the PAC8 playoffs. And look what we got earlier in the day. We got these PAC8 playoff pucks. We're going to show you them. You got the front side. No, you got the back side this time. There's the back. All teams represented on there. We got the PAC8 logo as well. And that's what they're going to drop here momentarily down at ice level. Ryan Carlson here alongside Josh Gores and Gary Allen on his perch down there on the left third of the ice. Hey, Gary.
Hey, how are you?
Great. It's been an exciting day of semifinal playoff hockey. Cal advancing just about an hour and a half ago, winning in overtime right here on this ice. And it's time for the Spartans to face off against the University of Washington Huskies. Well, how'd they get here? The Huskies beat their in-state rival, the Washington State Cougars, from just down the freeway. That was yesterday. And the Spartans took out another Washington team in Western Washington, the Vikings. That was also yesterday. And so the second-ranked University of Washington Huskies skate from left to right against the number 4-ranked San Jose State Spartans. The Huskies won the PAC8 championship 2 years ago in 2023. Offside the call here. And thankfully for San Jose State, as Lampman was getting ready to load up and try to take a shot, as we welcome our other color commentator, Josh Gores, who's here as well. And what an exciting win that was a little bit earlier.
Yeah, super exciting game earlier today. Ready for an exciting game today. A little bit more of a back and forth start today than what we saw with University of Washington yesterday when they got that first goal within the first 10 seconds of the period.
Yeah, Lampman scored 10 seconds in off the opening faceoff, and this shot gets deflected up into the netting, and we get a whistle. Faceoff upcoming in front of Camus Stevens, who starts in net for the San Jose State Spartans. On the other side of the ice, it's Zach Reddy for the Huskies. It's a battle between two Canadian-born goaltenders tonight, gentlemen. Eastern Canada versus Western Canada.
And they're both outstanding. I really enjoyed watching them yesterday. This game intrigues me. I really like San Jose State. If they can keep fresh as much as they can, because they're a little short, this team could go. Well, they could win it, in my view. They played outstanding yesterday.
They really did against a Western Washington Vikings team. Final in that game was 7-2 Spartans. And University of Washington won 7-4 in its first playoff matchup. Huskies are on the attack. Danny Barry picks up for San Jose State. Williams fires it in. It was tipped by the defenseman Brian Brem and on net, so Stevens had to make that stop. Danny Barry was at center ice, but it's turned over. Anthony Endress the other way. Wrist one into the glove hand of Camus Stevens. Wears the glove on his right hand, and he hangs on as he saw that puck all the way.
Almost another quick goal, Josh. So you were talking about yesterday, that tip. Stevens had to be on top of his game because that was a really strange bounce.
That was friendly fire, too.
Yeah, that's true.
Off the draw here. San Jose State moves it out to center. Codner back. Konopka at the red line. To Musgrave, far side. Gets it down low. Spartans now from their own end. Too far for Blake Brem to catch up to, so back at center, Cam Morris has it. Holds up for a moment, then swipes it below the goal line behind Zach Reddy. And the Spartans get their first chance in the offensive end here. Codner called for it. Trying to settle a bouncing puck. It's up in his equipment, so he stick handles and decides to get it deep into the near corner. Up to the skates of Cameron Britt, who's from San Jose. So going against the local school from his hometown. And in fact, Cameron Britt played for the San Jose Junior Sharks. 14 AAA to 18 U AAA. More on that in a little bit. Here's Danny Barry down the right side on the forehand. Throws it in the slot. Brian Brem's got it. Wrists one into a block. Aman Ali was down on one knee and kept the puck from going on net. Here's Ali down the right side from Kirkland, Washington. His third season with the Huskies, and it goes all the way around. And comes out to center. Brian Brem back to get it for San Jose State. Has Derek Navales on the near wall. Spun off of possession, and Huskies have it at center ice. Spartans able to alleviate pressure by getting it out to center, but aren't able to really keep the puck down on the left side of the ice very much in the early going. Just 3 minutes, 19 seconds into period one.
Well, I thought San Jose did yesterday that was outstanding. They moved the puck quite a bit. They were definitely relying on their speed and keeping Western off balance. And it'll be interesting to see if they can pick that same style up today against Washington.
A dangerous puck shot on Camus Stevens. Got the right leg pad down, and then he kind of tumbled in the crease while the puck was cleared the other way by Derek Navales. Big stop by Stevens early on. Parsons has it. Went to high school with his netminder, Camus Stevens. And now played up the ice. Dom Wolf for UW. Drops it for Campbell. He got tangled up with Danny Barry's stick, and a hooking will be called here at 3:48 of period one. Power play for the Huskies coming up.
I think this might be a dangerous moment for SJSU because, through these first 4 minutes of the game, if I had to say one thing about UW's game is they're just way more organized. They're making their passes, they're setting up plays, and they're breaking out much more consistently than San Jose State is. And I feel like that's exactly what you want to see on the power play when you have all that extra space.
And you're spot on with that, Josh. San Jose State's definitely having a slower start today than they did yesterday.
Here's Williams at the blue line to his right. Arzumanov over for Williams. The captain, Arzumanov, on the right side has it again. Across the slot. Spartans broke it up, and they clear the length of the ice. I mentioned it's the battle of two Canadian-born goalies. Camus Stevens from Ottawa, Ontario, on the eastern side of the country. And Zach Reddy from Vancouver, way out on the west side. Camus from Canada's capital. Now Williams. Wrists one. More of a snapshot, actually, that found Camus Stevens, and he sat there with the puck covered and held for a whistle. 45 seconds gone by on this power play. And like you talked about earlier, Gary, San Jose State came out of the gates to a 3-0 start in the first yesterday against Western Washington with goals from Danny Barry, Blake Brem, and Izzy Codner. The first 11 minutes, 29 seconds, and they were at a comfortable lead. No score here. UW on the power play, and a Bouncing puck gets through Camus Stevens. UW scores. It's 1-0 Huskies. Not sure who got the final touch on that one. It looks like it's going to be, well, leading the charge is Darren Morris, the Spokane native, back on his home side of the state. Gets the scoring going in the semifinals for UW.
Yeah, kind of a weird goal there. Just kind of poked under the goalie's pads.
Yeah, it looked like, I was just going to say that, Josh. It looked like he had it and just kind of trickled out of his control. That was a really strange goal. But Norris was interesting. He played 1 year for Eastern, and then he transferred UW because of the major. Eastern didn't have the major he was looking at, so I'm real familiar with how Morris plays.
He did play one season for Eastern back in 2021-2022.
Yes, he did, and he wanted to stay. They just couldn't line up a major that he was looking for.
What was he looking for? Do you remember?
I don't. I honestly don't. I talked to his dad quite a bit because Dad comes to a lot of the Eagles games also, and I don't remember what he was taking, but that was the reason why he transferred to UW.
Here comes Irwin across the blue line. Into the zone. The puck finds its way on net. Uh-oh. Loose puck. Shot. Scores. Arzumanoff. As Camus Stevens meant to cover it, but somehow it got loose to the top of the left circle, and Arzumanoff fires it past Camus Stevens, and just like that, UW's up 2-0.
Not the start San Jose State was probably looking for here, especially with their shorter bench. They're probably looking to at least keep it close or even get a lead in the first and try to hold on to that as they go on. But
this has got to be the worst start nightmare that they could even think of right now. What I'm concerned with, I was watching some of their players, and they're kind of blaming each other because, let's face it, that second goal again was a fluky goal, and it's kind of like they're blaming each other like you weren't where you're supposed to be, but they're going to have to be careful. You double smoke them if they don't regroup.
Spartans were looking for Castellanos on the other side of the ice at the left post. He tried to direct the puck on net, and it went wide. Off the boards, Barry. Lets it get away from him, and Andres for UW. Huskies can't clear. Now Quinn Treacy. And at the center, there's a hooking call upcoming to Anthony Andres, I think, for UW. So the Spartans with a chance at their power play.
Yeah, San Jose State's looking totally different than they did yesterday. That's why I was so high on them. They were just flying around, freewheeling everything they wanted to do. And right now they're real conservative. And I don't know if it's because UW got on the board so quick or what's going on.
Codner to the corner. Dysart there, plays it to a vacant point. And Camus Stevens is all the way out of his crease to play it. Gets it across to Kenny Brown. Camus Stevens blew a tire. He's going to get back as his teammates have it on the left side of the ice. Barry shoots off the crossbar. He beat Zach Reddy, but not the iron. Just inches away from putting the Spartans on the scoreboard.
they had a few good chances over there, the Spartans did. Getting a little bit of energy back. I think the power play was just what they needed right here. They needed a chance to, get back into their groove, figure out their game plan, and, stop blaming each other over some of the little mistakes that might have led to the previous few goals.
Kenny Brown, and he set up Castellanos to get a one-time shot off, and that hit something, sounded like a stick on its way towards the net. So 1:20 remains on this power play. Plenty of time for the Spartans. Here's Kenny Brown. Led the team in points as a rookie this year. Made the all PAC8 rookie team at the awards just 2 nights ago. Dysart, the captain, 5th year with San Jose State, up for Kenny Brown at the blue line. Over to the far hash marks. In the corner, stick handling with it is Barry. Escaping pressure. Watching him is Quinn Tracy, and the Huskies find it and clear. Castellanos up for Barry, caught it in his skates. Creeps back up the wall, is pressured there by Jake Ferguson. Up ice for Cam Morris. Taken away by Arzumanov. Off the boards for Ferguson. 1-on-2. As Barry watching him. Now Arzumanov in the slot. Shot. Hit the post. Corner of the crossbar. Ref waved it off immediately. And now we've got a tripping call upcoming, I think, to San Jose State.
I could have almost sworn that hit that went across. It was like right on the goal line. UW will have about 1 minute and 48 seconds of power play after their penalty expires.
Tripping call to Blake Bram at 8:11 of the first. UW threatening again. Top of the far circle. Lang skating with it. Into the corner. Now Williams up top. Shot deflected into the near side corner where Dominic Wolf picks up. Now Williams trying to get it back down the wall. It's his teammate Brendan Lang. Lang leads these Huskies in goals and points on the season, as well as shorthanded goals. He's got 2 this year for UW. Now the Huskies trying to set up. It is Brendan Lang. Twisting and turning. Getting by Johnny Parsons. Threw it to the slot for a one-time shot. Now far side as Wolf fanned on it. Christopher Williams got a shot on Kama Stevens, who makes the stop. 9:02 into the first.
Right now, it just looks like the Huskies came out of the gate sharper than San Jose State. It's like night and day from watching San Jose State yesterday to today. They seem to be dragging a little bit, and the Huskies just came out gangbusters at the start.
Arzumanov back to the left point. Lang in front. Stevens had it tipped directly up into his glove. All he had to do was close it on the puck for another break.
Yeah, there also are some situations where it kind of feels like some of the Sjsu players just don't really know what to do. It kind of feels like they don't have as much of a solid game plan as they did yesterday. That could hurt them against a team like UW.
Oh, yeah, because they were crisp yesterday. It was like tape-to-tape passing and stuff, and it just seemed to be lingering a little bit more than what I didn't see at all yesterday.
Here's Brendan Lang for Williams. Shot into a block. Dysart tried to poke the puck out after he got in front of that shot, but Wolf finds it here near side to Williams. Now the captain, Arzumanov. Shot. It gets in. Lampman looked to the captain, Arzumanov, right after it passed the goal line. I don't think Lampman touched it. That's Arzumanov's second of the period, and it puts the Huskies up 3-0.
Yeah, well, just before that, Lang was putting on a little bit of a show with some of his stick handling, setting up that play. Honestly, just a beautiful play all around from the Huskies, but San Jose really needs to start shutting this down if they want to stay in this game and not let the Huskies get away from them here.
The biggest difference I'm seeing right now is, and San Jose didn't do this at all yesterday, but they're chasing the Huskies right now, and there's a lot of hockey game left. San Jose State's in trouble, to be frank with you, because Reddy's an outstanding goaltender.
Max Arzumanov, his 4th season with UW, having a career best year. Here's a shot and a goal with a tip in front. It's Anthony Endres. Was sneaking in towards that right post, and he got a stick on it.
Yeah, I was wondering if they were going to make a goaltender change right now, because Stevens played so well yesterday, and he just seems to be laboring right now. And so they are making a change.
Well, and especially with so many back-to-back goals like that so early in the game, it's bound to get in your head. And, even the best goalies, it's just hard to come back from that when you go down so deep so early.
Yeah, but I wouldn't be surprised to see him back in, but they have to settle him down because he's struggling right now, and he's too outstanding of a netminder to struggle as much as he is currently.
So the man who replaces him is Antonio Menissi. in his first season with San Jose State. From Escondido, California, just north of San Diego. And he takes the pipes. He's played in 12 games this year for the Spartans. 6-4 win-loss record, 1 shutout. And a .856 save percentage. And a 5.54 goals against average. And he enters the game here for Camus Stevens, who's on the bench. 10:06 into the first. It's 4-0 University of Washington, and now 11 minutes in to the first frame. Brian Brem picks up the puck. It's touched out to center. Blake Brem in on the forecheck against Arzumanov. Skating from left to right across the neutral zone, and he backhands it in. Codner there to get it. Reverses it up the far side. We got a penalty upcoming. An interference call as Duncan Warren lost his stick for San Jose State. Who's getting this call, though? Looks like it'll be a Husky penalty.
Yeah, I think I saw what happened there. I think it was just a little bit of an aggressive stick lift that sent the stick flying. Not sure if I would usually call that interference, but
Well, here's an opportunity for the Spartans to get back into it. And I'm wondering, Josh, because I know San Jose State, they can become real physical. I'm wondering if they change their approach a little bit and go to that style.
I mean, they really don't have a lot of options here. I think the biggest thing is they need to find a way to get their energy back. And maybe the physicality is a great way to do that and wear down on a team with a much larger bench than they have right now.
Yeah, because something's off. They just don't seem as sharp.
Shot by Barry, kept in at the point now. Castellanos wrist one, swallowed by Reddy.
And I don't know about you guys, but yesterday San Jose State impressed me the most out of everybody. Just the way they were moving and how just their game was so free-flowing. And then I'm watching today, and it's like it's a whole different squad out there right now.
Some good chances for the Spartans on that first part of the power play. Now in front, they look to set up. Who is that? Codner down there. He's back into the slot. Back to the point, though. Castellanos. Kenny Brown didn't shoot it. He goes back across the crease. And Danny Barry's there in the corner. Watched it go to the point. Barry tried to go cross ice. Gets it back, though. Down low, Kenny Brown. Returns it for Barry. Along the end wall to Dysart. For Castellanos. Now it's Kenny Brown. Left circle. Shoots! And that's captured by the blocker side of Reddy. Brown was there in hopes of a rebound. Nothing from the UW starting goalie, who's in his second year with the Huskies.
That was honestly a really well-placed shot there. It's just lightning-fast reflexes to cover that gap.
It was, and Redding doesn't give up major rebounds off of that one, and he saw that all the way. And he's too good a goaltender to let one sneak by. But nice shot, though, by the Spartans.
Here comes San Jose State again with 35 on its power play. Brown, high slot, wrist one, off the stick of Reddy and into the protective netting above the glass. 7:07 left.
One thing I like what UW does, they kind of spread out right in front of Redding, so he usually has great vision on the ice. They don't let anybody try to get in front of his vision, and he's extremely tough to beat if he sees that puck.
"13 minutes into the period. Cam Morris behind the net. Another 16 to go on the Spartan power play. In front, loose puck. Morris jousted for it, but it was caught by Reddy. No chance at a rebound as Reddy's been hanging on to everything.
And just keeping, absolutely staunch composure, too. Even with all that traffic in the crease, he's not fazed by having people up in his business.
Now the other way comes Daniel Mossgrave. Coughed it up to Johnny Parsons. 1-on-4 into the offensive zone. Brian Brem for Duncan Warren. Off the near side boards. Mossgrave now has Dom Wolf across the red line. Spins off and turns it over to the Spartans. McConnell fields it down. And skates from left. Oh, that's Campbell, actually. Morgan Campbell down into the near side corner. Lampman there to help as well. Now Wolf. A snapshot. And Manissi hangs on. Gets the stop. Just over 6. Make that 14 gone by in the first. 4-0 lead for UW. And the Spartans travel north with only 12 skaters. And they were firing on all cylinders in yesterday's win. Back in action today. You got to think there's a little bit of fatigue they're trying to shake off here in the first. Maybe a 2-on-1, though. Here's Dysart with Castellanos breaking down the right side. Dysart, shot, rebound, still loose. As Reddy was run into by his defenseman Duncan Needham, but he holds up with 5:43 left.
That was a good point, Ryan, that you had, that with the Spartans being low on their bench, but also it helped them having this late game. And so they should have been able to recoup because just the time today that they got to play.
They did have some extra time with the 7 p.m. start today. And the third game of the day yesterday that started at 4 o'clock. Here's Codner. Now Aman Ali. Up for McConnell. And Pallett's far side gets run into by the captain, Chris Dysart. Aman Ali behind the net. Threw it in front of Manissi. Nobody there for UW. Now back down low. It's Pallett's. McConnell gets run into by Castellanos. Those two never went for the puck. They just went for each other. And now Castellanos going after the assistant captain, McConnell. And they're going to take Castellanos off the ice. And McConnell is on the ice. We'll see what they charge Castellanos with here at the 15:02 mark.
Classic catch the person retaliating from the initial contact off of that one. But Ryan, you had an excellent point about the fatigue factor and stuff, what I was kind of making reference to. I could see fatigue coming in if San Jose had a game like a 1 or 2 o'clock today, but with a 7 o'clock start, you figured they would be well rested and ready for this game, but they don't look like they're ready at all to play.
UW back to the power play. Roughing call to Castellanos at 15:02. And a deflection at center ice. The puck glanced the netting. So we get a whistle on another faceoff. Left side of Zach Reddy. Lampman in to take the draw and won it back for Arzumanov. Dominic Wolf up for the captain down the right side. Spins it all the way around. Now over for Lang. D to D. Arzumanov. Quick shot. Loose puck. Rebound. Scores. Lampman tucks it past Manissi. It's 5-0 UW. It's a power play goal at 15:36.
Yeah, I was not expecting this going into this game. You know, given how we've seen San Jose State play the rest of this, I mean, even just the rest of the season, but even yesterday during the playoffs, this just, like you were saying, isn't the form we're used to seeing from them.
This is definitely a stunner from what I'm seeing right now. I had no idea this game was going to start slanting like it is right now. San Jose State has a huge hill to climb, even though they have 2 periods to go and a quarter left of this, but that's an astronomical ask.
Lang with an assist on the play, on the goal rather.
Now, saying what I did, now if in between periods San Jose gets back and how they attacked yesterday, then yeah, they could do it. But if they come out like the second period like they are so far in the first, I don't know if they can recover.
Codner off the glass. Spartans get it out to the red line. Now here's Codner. At the center ice logo, fires it to the right corner, and they go off for a change. Cameron Irwin, SoCal native, got it up ice. Here's Peter Konopka, has a man breaking. Cameron Britt thought Konopka was on the right side with him, passed it over there, and the Spartans able to clear. Brian Brem coughs it up to Endres. Tried to kick it to himself. Can the Spartans get it out of the blue line? No. Tossed back in deep. Brian Brem checked by Cameron Britt. Now Endres. Caught in the officials' skates. Brem holding up his man. Castellanos works it free. No, that's Cam Morris. Battle won by UW. Campbell off the stick of Manissi made the stop to the right side. And it goes back out to center. Here's Cameron Britt. Throws it back in deep. Duncan Warren. For his defensive partner, Brian Brem. To his twin brother, Blake, he got it out. But UW's called for the offside. We've seen a few of these odd offside calls this weekend. So we'll get a neutral zone faceoff, but the Spartans had control there at UW's blue line. McConnell picks up the puck. Over to his left, a shot by Needham, blockered out by Manissi. Needham and Kenny Brown were tangled up at the left point, out of play. Now Pallets backhands one to the front, and it's sticked aside by the Spartans. Codner ahead for Blake Brem, trying to win position there and fight it all the way to the net. We're going to get a penalty upcoming here, possibly to the Huskies, as a hook is the official call, and the only man back there was Morgan Campbell, and he's headed to the box now. Spartans back at the power play for the remainder of this period.
The question is, can they use it to get on the board this period?
What's really strange to me is you look at the shot differential. You got UW with 16 and San Jose State with 11, so you think this game is close, and it's far from that. And they got to respond here if they're going to have any life and chance in this game.
Nice glove by Castellanos to keep it in. Another try at the clear, though, and the Huskies successful this time. Get it the length of the ice. Arzumanov threatening. And the Huskies in on the forecheck. Kenny Brown able to poke it by and skate through center. Down the right side, chipped it off the wall. Behind the net, Brown. Up to the point, Castellanos. Backhands one, back to Brown. To Castellanos. Exchanging with Brown. Into the slot, Codner. And it just popped off of the blade of his stick, and UW found it faster and got it down. Williams smacks it off the boards, and it winds up in the glove of Manissi. Played it to his teammates, and now out of the zone comes Dysart. Williams lines him up, And Christopher Williams takes down the captain. And gets another clear. Castellanos able to skate by for a moment. Tries to go cross ice, but he tossed it back and connected with Logan Maloney, who got in the way. .28 to go on the Spartan power play. 10 left in the period. Here's Barry down the left side. Williams watching him. Barry tries to roof it upstairs on Reddy. It misses over the net. Tossed back in the direction of Reddy, but ends up in the corner. And that's how the period comes to an end. 5-0 UW after one. And the Spartans will get some rest in the locker room. Talk things over. And the good news for San Jose State is there's 2 periods left, but they got to work quickly and get the first one and work from there. UW in the driver's seat after the first to take a visit and make a trip to the PAC8 championship game tomorrow. That's what's on the line tonight. Looks like Gary took his headset off down there. And we will step aside for the first intermission. Come back with the second. After this, you're watching PAC8 playoff hockey on Eastern Washington's YouTube and Facebook streams. Back in a bit. Teams are back out on the ice. We're getting set for period number 2. It's a lopsided score. 5-0. UW leads it. Shots are 16-11. And Josh, what's going to be the key here for San Jose State to get on the board? They got 16 seconds left on the power play to start off the second period.
Well, I'm really hoping that Sjsu's coach was, really trying to come up with a plan in the locker room, trying to get all the boys on the team to buy into a system and really trust that and not beat each other and themselves up for what happened last period and start coming with a blank slate.
Is Gary back down there? I can't even tell. Gary's there.
I'm here.
Hey, Gary. Power play's over. There's only 16 seconds left on it. So we're back to full strength. And the Spartans backhand one all the way down.
I heard what Josh is saying, and I definitely concur with what he's saying, but I also think that San Jose State needed to totally change what they were trying to do in that first period and come up with a different attack, see if they can get Washington off guard, because they're going to have to score quick.
Here's a turnover. Lampman skating down, and he couldn't get a shot away. He tried to feed it back in front. Had somebody out there. That was Dominic Wolf. Now the Spartans the other way, carrying it behind the net. Barry tries for the wraparound, but put it off the side of the net. Now off the boards through center. Brandon Lang for Wolf. Backhands one to the stick of the captain, Dysart, who gave it up. Ferguson took it away. Snaps a shot on Manissi, who made the good stop and hangs on for a break.
And again, gentlemen, I'm not trying to jump on San Jose State because, like I said earlier in the broadcast, I thought they had a great shot of winning it. They just almost seem like they're surprised to be here on the second day, and they just haven't got their system going.
And another wrist shot from the captain, Arzumanov. Manissi hangs on.
But are you guys sensing that at all, or is it just me that's like they're just not here today?
Well, I think it's also, too, that this is the second-ranked team. Here's a quick chance in tight on Manissi. I think it went wide. But this is the second-ranked team in the PAC8, and Spartans finished third in the conference, so right underneath UW. And the Spartans faced the sixth-ranked team yesterday in Western Washington.
Mm-hmm.
So a much harder opponent here tonight. And here's a shot that goes wide by Arzumanov. And the Spartans being so short-handed, that's just not going to help in any way. Only 12 skaters on the trip. But not as big of a start as they had last night. And here's Manissi making a point-blank stop on Arzumanov with the glove. Arzumanov was all alone in front and was looking up high glove side. Manissi came out and cut down the angle.
And I don't know, Ryan, if you have the records of league between these two teams, but I don't think it's more than a 3-game separation. If I remember right, I could definitely be wrong on that one. So this being a third seed compared to a second, and if it's not that far off,
you talking PAC8?
Yeah, PAC8
conference.
Yeah,
records.
Yeah, and so sometimes it's like, no, you think this game would be a heck of a lot closer.
That's true. Seeds 2 and 3. Here's Britt looking short side on Manissi, never got to the net. Well, UW finished with an in-conference record. Here's a glove save on Duncan Needham as we get a freeze of the action. UW finished with a 12-2 PAC8 record. Only lost 2 games to Cal during the course of the regular season. Meanwhile, San Jose State finished with an 8-6 PAC8 record.
That's a wider gap than what I thought it was going to be.
Well, also probably doesn't help that they had such a rough game against Western Washington in terms of physicality. You know, that was even though they were able to take away the lead at the end, that was still a very contested and physical game up until the end there. So even especially with their short bench, they're probably getting extremely more fatigued at this point in the weekend.
Oh, no question about that. But you also look at Western, even though they were ranked lower, they came out blazing yesterday. They were really impressive for the first 10, 15 minutes of that game.
That's certainly a true statement there, Gary. No 3-0 jump for the Spartans in this game. They came out guns a-blazing against the Vikings yesterday. Different start to this contest, as it's the UW Huskies up by 5. 3:20 into period 2. Ryan Carlson with Josh Gores and Gary Allen. The winner of this game faces the Golden Bears tomorrow for the PAC8 title. Swept across the slot by Britt. Now from right to left, Tracy has it. Looks for a man. Breaking down the middle, that was Pallets. thrown back across the ice through the slot. Nobody there. Barry was at center, wanted to bank off the center boards, and these Spartans are just frustrated.
Well, there's my point right there. Yesterday, that pass would have connected. He knew exactly what he wanted to do, and yesterday would have been tape to tape. This one and went all the way down for an icing, and it with him slamming the stick down, he realized that. So they just seem off kilter tonight, and that could be a possibility because Washington scored so quickly and so often in that first one, but they're just missing a gear right now.
Pallets to Morris at the point, and a deflected shot. Darren Morris let one go, and it hit a skater, a stick, and went wide.
And I want to make sure everyone's clear. Nothing derogatory about UW. They're playing an outstanding game. They're a solid hockey club. It was just watching San Jose State right now. I'm very surprised with how they came out in this game. But UW's doing a really nice job tonight.
Well, I mean, yeah, exactly. Part of the reason why you talk so much about not being able to let up against a team like UW is because they are good enough to take advantage of any gaps or any opportunities that they see or any, opportunities you give them.
Yeah, they're definitely a potent offense. There's no question about that. And when they get going, they're hard to slow down. That's why I thought if San Jose could have got off to a quicker jump, they would stay in this game a little bit more, but it didn't happen for them.
Here's Lampman down the left. Has a man breaking down the right side. One-timer shot, high and wide of Manissi. I don't know if he got a piece of that one. Gary, what did you see?
No, it went wide.
Back up the ice. Nobody touched it through center, so icing called as Lampman was in pursuit against Roxon Morston.
And I wasn't sure if it was you or Josh or Ryan that picked this up, but if you look at San Jose State players right now, they're all hanging their heads, and I don't know if they've just been stunned, but every one of them are hanging their heads out there on the ice.
Here's Lang with a step past Morston. Shot got a rebound off of Manissi. Nobody there for UW. They all catch up now. Set up in the offensive end. Morris snaps one up high. It bounced off of Manissi. Settled for Lampman. He shoots one wide. Far corner, Dominic Wolf to the point. Williams chips it to himself off the boards. Had a man Lampman all alone in the slot. He's calling for it. And it banks off a Spartan skate. And they clear past Morris for UW and all the way down.
And I feel for San Jose State. I really thought after yesterday they looked strong. They look like an outstanding hockey club, and for whatever reason, they're not close to looking like yesterday. And they were really they were great yesterday. There's no question in my mind about that. And again, you mentioned it, Josh. It could be the opponent, but just watching how they were moving, they looked outstanding.
No shots for the Spartans here in period 2 just yet. UW picks it up from its own end. Far side, Ferguson slides one high and wide of the net. Musgrave to Arzumanov. Spartans flick it ahead, looking for Blake Brem at center. Dysart up there with him. Arzumanov now up for Ferguson, and Irwin enters the zone. Kodner takes it away, starts skating ahead the other way against Konopka. Kodner's shot blocked right away by Konopka. Headman feed. Arzumanov is in alone, looking for the hat trick. Stopped by Manissi. Rebound also saved by the Spartan netminder.
Outstanding job by the Spartan goalie on that one. He did a double save. And maybe that's the spark that the Spartans need to get them going in here.
One-timer shot on net. Stopped by Antonio Manissi on Quinn Tracy.
Another thing to bring up this period is the shots on goal differential has really widened this period, with UW shooting 28 to SJSU's 11 right now.
Yeah, they almost doubled it from that first period. It was pretty tight, and that's why it was kind of misleading looking at the score and the shots. But, yeah, UW has definitely extended it.
Shots are 12-0 in the second in favor of the Huskies.
Well, thanks, Ryan. That makes me feel better about my math. I knew it was pretty close after the first period.
That's what I'm here for, Gary. Keeping track of stats as best as I can. I should try to do face-offs next. That might be another challenge.
And that's on you. I'm not even going to attempt to think about that.
Here's Conner through center. Tossed it wide of Reddy and the UW net. Castellanos below the goal line. Couldn't hang on to the puck. Now up for Cameron Britt. He tried to lead one ahead for his teammate Quinn Tracy. Backhanded one, given up to Chris Dysart. Had Johnny Parsons breaking at the opposite blue line. Parsons will chase it into the corner against Campbell. And there's a shot credited to the Spartans in this period. I don't know if I saw one yet, though. Here's Pallets down the right side. Kenny Brown takes it away. Coughed it up to Needham. And his wrist shot blocked by Parsons, who got in front of that. Duncan Warren against Aman Ali behind Manissi. Warren wins the battle. Kenny Brown looking for Derek Navales through center. Now Ali. And the Huskies gave it up to the Spartans, who cleared it the length of the ice. It was deflected by something, so no icing. Now Williams. Kenny Brown forechecking. He poked it aside, so the Huskies will have to do it again. Pallets looking cross ice for Ali. Kenny Brown deflected it again. Ends up back on the Spartan blue line. Here's Williams. Plays it into the corner. And back in front. One-timer score. Dylan McConnell had one goal all season and gets the sixth one tonight for UW. It's 6-0, almost halfway through the second.
Good job by McCollum, but that was on Ali the whole way. I loved how he went in. He actually passed the puck off the boards to himself behind the net. And the netminder, I think, thought that he didn't have it behind him, and he did a great job of finding his line mate out front for a one-timer. Excellent play by the Huskies.
Back to action here. Here comes UW behind the net. Wraparound try. Manissi's got it against that right post.
He did a great job of hugging that post to get that puck right under his pad. It's looking like UW's attacking from behind the net of the Spartans. So far, the last three drives they've had, they've really worked that heavily. One thing you definitely have to give the credit to the Huskies is they're not letting up at all. They're just continually
maybe a chance for the Spartans. Barry walks in, rebound. Castellanos fired it wide.
Ready, just unbelievable. Their pressure they're putting on the Spartans right now is incredible.
Lampman drops for Lang, and he fired it in front. Manissi stuffed that chance. Things opening up a little bit more here as the Spartans carry the other way. Barry tried to stick handle it by. Couldn't get through. Here comes Wolf with Lang, but Lampman has it for Lang. Wolf, Lampman, tip, score! A trifecta of Huskies combined to put it past Manissi, and it's 7-0.
Gentlemen, you tell me they haven't worked on that play before, just the touch passes they were doing on that one.
Yeah, that was just an absolutely locked-in play. Masterclass from the UW offense there.
They were definitely giving a clinic today.
Not sure who got the last touch on that one, but
I have no idea. It was going so quick.
it did go so quick. I know it was Wolf, Lampman, and Lang, but we'll see what order they put them in and who scored the goal.
Well, it's definitely panic mode for the Spartans now, as it's now 7-0.
Wrist shot wide of Manissi. Lampman got the goal.
It's turning into a shooting gallery for the Huskies right now. Josh, I'm going to pick your brain here since you played with Cal last year. What do you think the coaching staff, they are here scouting this game. What do you think their idea of the Huskies are right now?
I mean, it's going to be hard to tell because, like you're saying, the Spartans aren't exactly playing in their peak form right now. So it's going to be a little bit tougher to gauge, exactly what they need to be looking for. But I definitely think they're taking note of the players who are, taking the center stage on a lot of the action today and trying to figure out how they're going to stop some of those stronger weapons on the UW roster.
Because they definitely have a multifaceted attack the Huskies do right now. There's no doubt. You saw it yesterday, but it's definitely on display today.
Brian Brem pursues the puck down the right side. We got a penalty upcoming to the Spartans, it looks like.
They're definitely going to go against UW.
A holding. Danny Barry looks perplexed, but yeah, it looks like you're right. It is going against UW. Daniel Mosgrave. At 11:30 of the second. First period, the first penalty of this period. So we'll see if the Spartans can respond to 7 unanswered goals here on this man advantage. Barry. For Dysart, shoots off the side of the cage. Reddy was there. Might have gotten a piece of it. Barry to Castellanos, back into the fray in front of the net. Shot on by Codner, and Reddy was there. Dysart. Huskies clear. Here's Castellanos, stick handles. Across his own blue line. Now Connor off the wall. Needham back there for UW. Gave it away to Kenny Brown. Spins away from pressure. Kenny Brown. Far side of the ice. Wanted to go back to Castellanos, but a good stick by Quinn Tracy. Broke up the Spartan setup. Kenny Brown, backhand saucer pass to Barry upon entry into the zone. Back for Brown in the corner. Dysart quickly up to Castellanos. Barry one times it across the top of the crease and out. Quinn Tracy in hot pursuit. Castellanos tried to knock him away from the puck. In front, one-timer, score! Aman Ali tucked it home, and it's 8-0, a short-handed goal for UW. With 7:04 to go in the middle frame.
Again, Ali did a nice job of setting himself up in front of the net, but that was Tracy. He went all the way around the boards, kicked it off the kicker plate a little bit to him, and just looped around, and he knew his mate was going to be there, and he just threw the pass out in front for a one-timer. Nice job by the Huskies. But that's part of the pressure I was talking about. They have not let up at all.
Yeah, well, I mean, you were asking me what you thought the Cal ice hockey coaches would be looking for from these two teams. And I think Ali is probably one of those. Well, he'll be catching their eye quite a lot. He's done a lot of the work for UW tonight. Even I forget who it was who scored that one-timer from behind the net, but he set up that entire play too. And so he's been a major playmaker for the Huskies here tonight.
That was McConnell at 9:17 of this middle period. Ali with the assist on that. Aman Ali and some other teammates have some chemistry that extends beyond just their time at UW. Ali, Dominic Wolf, Ben Lampman, Daniel Mosgrave all played for the same youth team in 2021-22, 18 AA hockey. So did Caden Pallets and Lampman a year before that on the same team, the Snow King Junior Thunderbirds. We got a whistle here with 5:49 left in the period. Hand pass here, Gary, or what do they call?
That's what it looked like to me. At least that's the one official's motioning.
So we'll get another face-off, left side of Antonio Manissi. Wolf for Lampman. Shot deflected wide. Played back down as UW kept it in. Wolf for Lampman again. Morris looking for a tip in front, and it's deflected up into the netting. For a break in the action. I talked about this earlier, but Cameron Britt on this UW team is from San Jose. Went to Valley Christian High School. Played for the San Jose Junior Sharks for his youth hockey. 14 AAA all the way through 18 AAA. And he played with somebody, a chance in front of Manissi, and he freezes that. Played with somebody called Macklin Celebrini from during the 2019-2020 season on those Junior Sharks. And so did Cal defenseman Eric Kodorenko, who couldn't make the trip. He was on that team as well. Last year, Cameron Britt led his high school roster at Valley Christian in points with 33 on the year. 17 goals, 16 assists. And tonight, though, Cameron Britt not really on the score sheet, at least what I've got here in front of me. Might have an assist or two, I'm not sure. Shot here goes wide and behind the net. Arzumanov. Dice are taken down behind the play by the opposing captain. UW keeping the pressure on, and this one's flung all the way out of play behind the benches.
You know, Josh, we were talking about what possibly the coaching staff from Cal's looking at. One thing I know they got to be picking up on is just how UW is using the boards to pass the puck. They are extremely crisp with it, and it's intentional. They have been using their boards to their advantage this whole game.
Well, they've been using the boards, and also just their straight tape-to-tape passing has also been absolutely on point. So I think the big thing to note there is, break up the passing game and take away some of the time and space that's been allowing them to set up all these plays all night.
Well, they're going to have to take the passing lanes away, but I think that's where UW's been using those boards whenever San Jose State decides to clog the passing lane. They pop it off the boards and attack.
Here's Endress. Under 4 minutes to go in period two.
It has been an impressive performance by the Huskies today.
Here comes Blake Brem on Duncan Needham. Brem forechecking, but the Huskies get it to the weak side and have room and time to break it out. They gain the red line and just toss it down. Giveaway here. Manissi tried to field it. Couldn't, so it's Ali back in front. And he had Dylan McConnell right in front of Manissi. Kenny Brown pick up the puck here off the boards. In on Reddy, and a good stick by UW's Morgan Campbell broke up the pass. Skating with it again. That's Aman Ali for Dylan McConnell. Has a man on his right. One-timer score. Caden Politz. (9-0) UW.
With yet another play set up by Ali here. Having himself quite a night.
Yeah, that whole line's playing extremely well. They're so comfortable with each other, and they know where they're going to be at. That's going to be a line they definitely going to have to look at Cal tomorrow to how they're going to shut them down.
Caden Politz with his first goal of the game.
Ryan, if you can, and you don't have to do it now, but sometime during, how many points does Ali have tonight? My guess is he's sitting around 4.
I've got 3, but I missed most of the assists in the first.
Okay.
So there's some stats I still got to fill in. As San Jose State's going to go to the penalty box here. It'll be Blake Brem.
Because Ali seems like every time there's a goal, he's got some point. He's involved with it somehow.
Blake Brem goes to the box for a second time tonight.
San Jose State penalty number 9, Blake Brem, 2 minutes for roughing.
Roughing call to Brem this time around. Here's Williams through traffic, score. Screen in front of Manissi, and double digits for the UW Huskies. And that's a shot from Williams from the point. Power play goal.
The Huskies are definitely a machine today. There's absolutely no doubt in my mind.
Yeah, I think it's a combination tonight of the Huskies just being on top of their game and San Jose just not being at their peak form right now. Both of those factors colliding for what has become a quite dire situation for the Spartans.
Here come the Huskies again. Lang to Lampman. With an assist on that, it's Cameron Irwin. Spartans get it the length of the ice. Far side, played up the boards by Ferguson. Now to center, it's 2-on-2. Lampman saucered it towards the goal. Manissi fought it off. Stays in play. Minute and a half to go in the second. Here's Danny Berry. Drops it for Dysart. Can he keep it in? No. Just barely escapes. Spartans frustrated for obvious reasons. We've got a penalty upcoming. No, or is this offside? Looks like it's an offside call. Blake Brem's penalty is over. So we're back to even strength. Cam Morrison to take the face-off. Won it forward. Blake Brem fighting for it. Morris gets a shot off the side of the net. Back in front, turning and firing was Blake Brem. Took it away. Tried to get it forward to Kenny Brown. Now it's Roxon Morstan. Shot through traffic, went wide, right. Wide of that left post. 45 seconds to go in the second. Irwin for Ferguson. In and out of the glove of Manissi. And then swatted down the ice by the Spartans. Musgrave over for Konopka. Ahead for Azurmanov. $15 remain in the period. Irwin for Arzumanov. Spartans take it away. Final seconds tick off the clock here in the second. So that's it. After 2 periods of play, our score is 10-0. University of Washington Huskies over San Jose State Spartans.
There's just not much I can add on this. This has just been a clinic by the Huskies. You got to give them all the credit in the world. They have just been stellar tonight.
So we'll step aside here for intermission number 2. And come back with the third in the second, by the way. Shots for San Jose State, 4. And for UW, 30. Make that 27. That's where we stand now. Back after the second intermission from Eastern Washington University. You're watching PAC8 semifinal hockey right here on the Eastern Washington University live streams, Facebook and YouTube. We'll see you in about 15 minutes. Here we go for period number 3 is underway with the center ice face-off. Brian Carlson here with Josh Gores. And Gary Allen's making his way over to his headset right now behind us. 10-0 UW lead here, and the Spartans get it the length of the ice. We'll have an icing. No, it's waved off. Maybe some of that extra water on the ice slowed the puck's momentum down a bit before it got to the goal line. Arzumanov all the way down. Irwin. Morris. fires wide of the net. Now Irwin skating with it. Drops it off behind him, and Spartans were there. They took it away for a second. Ferguson took it right back. Kicks it to himself behind the net. Spartans trying to work it free, and it's held in by Morris. Irwin picks up. He's going to keep it in. Top of the offensive zone. Now Ferguson gets checked off the puck, and Irwin slides in. Williams at the blue line, and the Huskies hemming the Spartans in their own defensive end. Early stages of the third. Morris carries the puck into the zone. Up top. Shot wide of the net from Michael Zajchikov. Now Danny Barry gets a step past Konopka. Takes it behind the net. Morris watches him, and Barry back in front. Knew he had Dysart with him, but the pass just misses the Spartan captain. And Reddy still in the net down to our left. Manissi starts the period for the Spartans. And this pass just misses everybody, and Dysart overskated it. Spartans are looking defeated early in this third period, and understandable with the giant mountain they would have to climb. Here's Britt. Flicks the puck into the corner for himself. Fends off Morston. He's got the puck on the forehand now. Fanned on a pass. Barry picks it up. And he can't get it out. Zajchikov following the puck to the wall. Barry checks him off of it. Zajchikov, his fourth season with UW. 18 games played this year from Renton, Washington. Here's Ali trying to sneak by the last line of defense at Codner. Across the blue line. Here's Pallets. Parsons stopped his momentum. And a shot stopped by Manissi. Down low, Ali. Up the boards, Needham. Back for Ali and Warren. Into the corner, now Codner. Can't clear. Settles for Dylan McConnell. We have a hand pass to stop the time. 3 minutes and 50 seconds into the period.
So far, not as electric of a start as we had to some other periods this weekend, but the San Jose State Spartans staying in it in this third period, despite what might be on the scoreboard, deciding to play their best all the way through.
And I realize we're not supposed to look ahead because there's still 16 minutes left in the game, but I just can't see UW giving up 10 goals to get this knotted up. So it was interesting. I was in there in between periods, and UW definitely has the attention of the coaching staff from Cal, because I was kind of listening to what they were saying, and they definitely piqued their interest, let's say. How do you think tomorrow's matchup will be? You guys got any kind of take on that?
Well, if it is UW versus Cal tomorrow, that would be the 1 and 2 seeds in the PAC8. And well, they saw each other last season, or make that last calendar year, same season. And Cal won both, but that was the closest contest of the season for Cal. They won both games at home, of course. And here comes Irwin slipping by with the captain, Arzumanov. Getting a chance on Manissi, and whistle sounds. Kenny Brown with an extra shove on Irwin. And the refs are going to have to do a little extra to make sure tension stays settled out there for the remainder of this game.
And that's one thing I would be concerned with now if I was the refereeing crew with the frustration. When's it going to boil over? If it will, but there's a possibility of that. And I got to compliment you there, Ryan. You did a great job of saying if UW moves on tomorrow. I'm not that sensitive. It's like, well, I will be surprised if they come back and get 10 goals, but that's why I was looking ahead to the Cal UW lineup.
That would be quite a feat. 10 goals in a period.
And I like Josh. You just kind of say, nah, I'm not going to get involved with this conversation right now.
Well, I mean, I do think that a Cal UW matchup would be a very interesting game. I definitely think it would be a challenge for the Golden Bears. It would probably be the toughest competition they'd face throughout the PAC8 playoffs.
And again, the Spartans aren't helping their cause if they are going to try to get back in there because they're going to be a man down once they get control of the puck.
Castellanos goes to the box here for San Jose State.
Yeah, it's really hard when you're down like this. I mean, I've been in games or I've been in positions where it just feels like no matter what I do, I'm not going to be able to win. And it can be really hard because in those situations, what you really got to do if you want any shot at all of getting back is to play disciplined, to not let the emotions get to your head. And it's really, really hard to not get frustrated.
Well, and I think you said earlier that, you made a good point in that the objective should be go win the period. Go try your best to win the period because you got seniors on this group who would like to end on a high note to the best of their ability. Shot blocked away by Manissi here. Kept in the zone. Cross-checking penalty on Castellanos. Here's a couple shots fended off by Manissi. A couple of impressive saves. And that's going to allow his teammates to find the puck and clear. Kill some time on this penalty kill. Irwin sneaks by. Has time and space in the offensive end. Hands off to Britt. Back to Irwin. Now Britt again. Circles the zone as a man in front. Backhanded one-timer by Morris. And Manissi makes the stop. The Spartans will get a line change.
That was a nice save by the netminder from San Jose State. And again, it's nothing derogatory I'm getting at kind of moving UW now in the championship game because, like I said in the first period, I honestly thought San Jose State was going to make the championship and they had a good shot of winning it. I'm not sure what happened today's game, but they definitely don't look like the same squad because they looked tremendous yesterday. They played well.
Here's Needham for Ali. Snaps one into the pads of Manissi. And he hangs on. Puck drop, won by UW. Needham for Ali. Back to the point, but just out of the reach of Needham. So the Huskies will have to touch up. Blake Brem in on the forecheck. Wins it free. 1-on-4. And the Huskies will get called for a hooking penalty. It'll be Ali, who's been all over the ice tonight. That'll negate the rest of the UW power play. And the Spartans will get a chance to go 5-on-4 for a minute 34 once Castellanos is out of the box.
Well, this is the opportunity for the Spartans, what you were talking about earlier, Ryan, is just try to win the period. This is a golden opportunity to get that first goal of the third period.
Telling Blake Brem to get back out there, and, well, now they're telling him to get back on the bench. What's going on here? 4-on-4. We'll skate a little extra room out there, and it's one into the corner for Campbell. Brian Brem couldn't hold the puck in the zone. So he's behind his own net to start the breakout. Takes it himself. Opposite side, Barry had to catch up to the puck. UW finds it into the skates of Endress on his backhand. Shoveled one that was stopped by Manissi. Here's Danny Barry, gets driven into the boards by Campbell. And UW clears as it's on the PK now. Castellanos lost the puck at the blue line. Codner back to the point. Off of a skate, Dysart giving chase as the puck winds up in the glove of Zach Reddy. And Dysart there for any rebound opportunity. Blake Brem with some nice moves. Far hash marks. 35 to go on the Spartan power play. Duncan Warren plays it back down low. He's got space up high, but they go behind the net. Looking for Morstan. Try to set him up on a one-time shot. Now Duncan Warren. Kenny Brown. Far circle. Back for Brown. Man in front. Shot scores. Cam Morris from Kenny Brown on the power play. The Spartans get on the board 9 minutes, 9 seconds into this third period and take that 0 off the scoreboard.
Like we were talking about earlier, this is big for the San Jose State Spartans because, despite what it might say on the scoreboard, what they're really out here to do is to win this period and show that they can come back into this game and they can finish strong. So hopefully this brings a little life back to the San Jose State bench.
San Jose State goal scored by number 85, Cam Morris, assisted by number 23, Kenneth Brown, and Blake Brem.
Blake Brem also getting an assist on the play. And a shot on Zach Reddy. He makes the stop. Gary, what did you see on that goal?
To be honest with you, the commissioner of the PAC8 was chatting with me, so I didn't get a chance to see the goal. I'm sorry about that, Ryan, but when the commission wants to talk to you about something, okay, you got to give in and say, yeah, what do you need?
Oh, no worries.
And that wasn't an excuse. He literally came up and was asking me questions like, hey, I really can't answer right now, but so I did miss it.
That's okay. We saw him over there. And thankfully, we caught the goal.
So what'd you see?
You just had a better view than we did. That was a nice power play setup with a couple of Spartans in tight. Kenny Brown got it across the crease on a nice pass, and Cam Morris finished it off. Big hit at the Spartan blue line. Codner puts Williams to the ice.
So I knew you'd rescue me, Ryan, on that one. There's no question in my mind about it.
Always, Gary. Always. But here's Arzumanov that he sneaks by. We got a penalty behind the play. Castellanos and Irwin going at it. Meanwhile, down on that side of the ice, some Spartans and Huskies coming together.
This is kind of what my concern was. That's why I mentioned in the third period, frustrations from San Jose State may boil over, and the referees are going to have to almost call everything that they even think is questionable to keep control of this game.
And I think they're going to kick out both these guys, Castellanos and Irwin.
I believe Castellanos was up there on the leaderboard for penalty minutes in the PAC8 this year.
Yeah, he led his Spartan team in 89. Or with 89 penalty minutes. And well, so did Christopher Williams, even though Irwin just got kicked out. Williams led his team in penalty minutes, but with 43 on the year. Pretty disciplined Husky team.
And that only makes these issues worse for San Jose State. Is, you know, UW for the most part is playing a pretty disciplined game, and San Jose is already down. They're frustrated. It could be really easy to start taking a lot of stupid penalties.
And that's one of the risks when the game's out of control and they know they're not going to come back. Especially if this is their last year, that they're frustrated and they got to take it out on something. And usually that's when they start playing some real aggressive hockey.
Well, the officials did the right thing in not letting that stuff fly. So those guys taken off the ice. Morris backhands it to Williams. Shot through traffic, blocked by the captain, Arzumanov. And Barry, first man down there for San Jose State. Loose puck in front, and Williams picks up for the Huskies. So both those players assessed a 2 and a 10. Being served by some of their teammates in the box. Spartans will just ice it here. Oh, Reddy came out of the crease. So no icing on the play. Morris to Ferguson. Kenny Brown tried to backhand it up the ice for Barry, but Arzumanov down in the right corner. Morris. For the captain, Arzumanov. His shot blocked and out of play. Arzumanov looking for one more. He's got 2 tonight. Good stick by Blake Brem. And he charges ahead. Now Connor with him. Shoots in and out of the glove of Reddy. Needham behind the net. Lost an edge. Spartans thought a penalty was upcoming. Now Brem in front. Shoot. And a save made by Zach Reddy on Blake Brem. A point. Blake stop. Blake Brem saying nice save. As he went glove side. And Reddy captured that shot, but bad news for San Jose State. On the ice, Kenny Brown, I believe. What number is that there, Gary?
It looks like 23. I'm guarded on the 2 on there. It's definitely a 3 of the second number.
So that would be Kenny Brown.
It looked like he just blew out a wheel going down there, and he hit the boards extremely hard.
Brendan Lang is in the box for UW.
Yes, they're definitely looking at a lower extremity on seeing what happened on that one. And you definitely don't want to see this now with only 8 minutes left in this game, any kind of injury.
Kenny Brown in the same position.
Brown Donna's in good hands. Jose's an outstanding
He's on his
trainer.
back now.
Yeah, he's an outstanding trainer. He'll be able to make sure that he doesn't do any further damage.
Kenny Brown gets to his feet. And he's cautious to put any weight on that left leg at all. You hear all the cheering from all the fans here in attendance. Happy that Kenny Brown's up and on his right leg, but they're gonna say, let's take him to the locker room.
And this may temper down any ill feelings. And when you get an injury, it really kind of shakes up the team up and down on the bench. And they might just say, hey, let's just play within our means and let's not do anything radical out there on the ice.
He's going to stay on the bench.
Gutsy guy. He wants to be with his line mates out there, even though they're down 10-1. But, yeah, he refused to go in the locker room.
Back to action here. Reddy snares the shot with the glove. Another quick whistle. Under 10 to go in period 3. It's a 9-goal lead for UW. And a good stick to break up the D-to-D pass here. Connor gets back.
2 minutes for Edom. 2 minutes for Edom.
Duncan Edom in the box.
Did he call a knee on knee with that one? Is that what he,
I think so.
said?
Here's Tracy with pallets in front. Is tangled up by Blake Brown. Spartans have 5-on-4 man advantage for the next minute and 25. Dysart picks up, puts on the brakes, has Blake Brem taken out of the zone by Washington. And cleared. Manissi gave it away to an empty left wing boards. Warren takes his man, Dylan McConnell, into the boards. Pallets is there. Puck is stuck along the yellow part of the wall, and now Spartans win it free. Blake Brem for Dysart. Gets by Morris, and the puck drifts into the corner. Dysart tried to connect with Barry in front of the net. Now down low, Barry works it to the front for Codner. And the puck exits the zone. Izzy Codner starts ahead the other way with speed. Drops for Barry into the slot. Trying to set up Cam Morris. He was tangled up with McConnell. And UW wins it. Oh, gosh. Rifled into their own bench by McConnell. And the backup goalie caught it. Thank goodness, as that was dangerously close to the coaching staff, who aren't protected with any equipment at all. And now they're given, I think that was actually Darren Morris down in the corner. Where's number 9? And the backup goalie with the glove. Paying attention and is alert over there.
Keeping his reflexes intact.
Yeah. Looks like that's Jonah Nash. So props to him for keeping everybody protected over there.
Staying sharp if he's needed tomorrow.
Exactly. Back to full strength here, under 6 minutes to go. Thank you for sticking with us on the live stream, and we'll be back tomorrow, 11 a.m. for the PAC8 championship game on Super Bowl Sunday. Zaychikov lost the puck to Morston, and the Spartans get it deep. Morris with it. He lost it, but Britt gave it back to him. Parsons as Morris takes a tumble to the ice. And Morston couldn't get it out for San Jose State. Offside the call. With 5:03 left to go. Face off to the right of Antonio Manissi in net for San Jose State. Spartans in on the forecheck. Maybe a chance for Derek Navales. We've got a shot on net. And ready there with the stop.
You know, he has stayed extremely sharp for not facing a lot of shots since about midway through the second period. I give him a lot of credit to try to stay on top of his game.
Barry in to take the face-off against Jake Ferguson, who won it cleanly to Britt. Duncan Warren getting back. Arzumanov against Duncan Warren, who shrugs him down to the ice, but he kept possession of it. Here's Danny Barry. Stick handling. Left it there for Brian Brem, who shoots one over the net. Lobbed in by UW. Konopka swept one on net. Manissi guided it to the far wall. And Barry was all alone behind the defense, and Navales couldn't get the puck up to him. Here's Britt to Needham. Shot saved by Manissi. Campbell takes a hit. Spartans have the puck. Codner can't get it out. And so it's Zaitchikov. And Barry's waiting for the puck here. Tried to play it off the boards to himself. And a penalty upcoming. The official way back in the right corner. It's going to assess a tripping minor to who? Duncan Needham? Has he got in the way of Danny Barry?
That's the only one they could have got on that one.
It looks like Needham's going to the box here.
Needham to the box for the second time in a row.
And where he will spend the majority of the remainder of the third period.
Off the draw, Brian Brem shoots, and a left pad save by Reddy. That was a big stop there, Gary.
Oh, great kick out by him. Went right to his D-man. He just shot the puck all the way down to the other end. Nice play by Reddy.
2 minutes.
'Fortuitous carom off the glass for San Jose State. Springs them in a 3-on-2. Barry couldn't get a shot away, but it's smacked to the far side. Dysart picks up and spins one down the boards. Off the glass to the near side. Brian Brem. Ali falls to the ice, kept in by Dysart. Continued down into the corner. Under 2 minutes left. Brian Brem kept it in for a second. And then Pallets cleared it all the way down. Barry spun one back in. 30 to go on the Spartan power play. But UW gets the clear all the way back down to Manissi.
I'll tell you one thing. If we were giving 3 stars out for this game, all he has to be the top one. That kid, he's even on their penalty kill. He's done everything tonight for UW.
No doubt about that. He'd be on there for sure. He's been all over the place. Here's Morris for San Jose State. And Reddy shuts down that chance with a save with 1:04 left.
Redding would be a close second on that one. He's played outstanding. Granted, he hasn't had a ton of work this period, but every time they've taken any kind of shot on him, he just seems to close the door on San Jose State. And I think that really got to them, trying to figure out how they could beat him by the time second period rolled around.
Yeah, I'm really excited to see the matchup between him and Como tomorrow.
Yeah, that'll be a great, great goaltender matchup.
Zaitchikov. Now the Spartans back up to center ice. Endress. Popped up at center. Nobody knew where it went. Settled for Cam Morris to take across the blue line. And then it got knocked to the ice by Tracy. Tracy's back to it. Up the wall. Campbell. Ahead for Britt. And we've got a penalty upcoming to San Jose State to Cam Morris. .15 seconds left in the game. He's leaving the ice surface.
Well, they're definitely John down there by
Morris.
the boards. I'm noticing the fans are getting into it with the gentleman that just left. The referee's over there telling them to get out.
Morris stayed in the tunnel and was talking to some fans.
San Jose State penalty number 85, Cam Morris, 2 minutes for roughing, 10 minutes for misconduct.
2 minutes for Morris and a 10-minute misconduct. And time's going to run out.
I don't know what you can add on this game except UW looks like a machine right now. After yesterday's victory against the Cougars, they came out and just overwhelmed San Jose State.
The University of Washington puts up a 10 spot on San Jose State in the semifinal and advances to the PAC8 championship tomorrow morning to face the University of California Golden Bears for the 2025 PAC8 championship trophy. 11 a.m. start time for that one. Warm-ups will begin at 10:35. Puck drop right at 11. And we will be there to bring you all the action. Final shots here. San Jose State 22, University of Washington 52. And the final 10-1. But hey, San Jose State won the period. In the third, they got the only goal of the third.
At the very least, that's something that they can be proud of, especially the seniors.
Yep.
Who have just played their last hockey game with the team. They can be proud that they at least played this game to the end, finished strong. Although an unfortunate loss for them here.
And Izzy Codner standing by the glass in the exit to the ice to fist bump all of his teammates as they exit the playing surface. And all the UW fans who traveled to the eastern side of the state from the Seattle area, saluting their Huskies, who are headed to the PAC8 championship after last year losing to the 8th seed in the first round as the number 1 seed going into the playoffs.
They definitely look like they remembered that because they started out gangbusters yesterday and they just continue today.
Yeah, both Cal and UW, both teams who had their playoff run cut short last year, also number 1 and 2, although the 1 and 2 spots were reversed during last year's playoffs. Going to be a very exciting game. The two, and arguably the two most talented teams, offensively, defensively, and in the net in the PAC8, are going to be able to test each other or test themselves against each other tomorrow. And what's sure to be an exciting showdown for the trophy for the PAC8 championship.
The trophy will be in the building. It will be there at 11 a.m. Gary, thanks. See you tomorrow.
You will, sir.
For Gary Allen, Josh Gores, I'm Ryan Carlson. Our camera operator, Grace Barclay. We will see you tomorrow, everybody. Thanks for joining us here for the semifinals today. PAC8 championship final coming up tomorrow at 11. We'll see you then. Good night, everybody.